In this video, I'm going to share with you my absolutely ridiculous chili lime marinade. We're going to use it to marinate and then grill a bunch of chicken thighs, chop them up for meals for the week, one of which will be some very easy chicken tacos that you can throw together for an unbelievable last-minute meal. I'll also show you how versatile this marinade is. A spoonful can instantly transform plain into gourmet. Ordinary black beans and corn become a delicious black bean and corn relish. That's a perfect garnish for any number of dishes. Plain sour cream transforms into a zesty chili lime crema in a matter of seconds. And speaking of seconds, make sure you have plenty because people will want seconds. Alright, let's make this marinade. First, we're going to start out with some chilies. You can use a 4-ounce can of roasted chilies, or you can roast your own if you want to chef it up a little bit. We're also going to add the dark green and light green parts of one bunch of green onions. Then we'll throw in a couple of cloves of garlic. You can use the garlic paste if you prefer. And then to that, the zest and juice of one lime, a teaspoon and a half of salt, and then a decent size pinch of cumin. And then we will need one bunch of cilantro. I add that last so I can use it to kind of push the ingredients down into the blender. And then we are going to blend that and try to mix all that together, kind of like we're making a pesto. We just kind of want to blend those pieces together and make a little bit of a puree before we add our oil. Now, once or twice, it is a good idea to stop the blender and then use a rubber spatula to scrape down the sides, just to make sure we incorporate all of those elements and we don't leave something stuck up on the side. So now to that, we will add our oil. It's a half cup of oil. And to that, we want to drizzle it in nice and slow with the blender or food processor running. This is going to create an emulsion and will just provide a better textured marinade or sauce at the end. Now, to help with that, if you have trouble getting the emulsion, it can help to use like a funnel. If you pop the funnel in the opening of the blender, then you can pour the oil against the side of the funnel and it will drip down slowly and doesn't pour in quite as quickly, and that will help with the emulsion. And once you have about half of the oil added and an emulsion has started, you can go ahead and add the second half of the oil a little bit quicker to speed the process up. Now, half of this marinade I can throw in the fridge to use for other uses. The other half I'm going to use to marinate 3 pounds of boneless, skinless chicken thighs. I've got them in a Ziploc bag. I'm just going to pour the marinade over the top, mix it all around, and then let it chill in the fridge overnight or up to a couple of days. Now, this marinade is particularly delicious when we grill it. So we're going to grill this chicken. Now, make sure your grill is nice and clean and nice and hot to prevent the chicken from sticking to the grill. Now, I go right from the marinade bag to the grill. Just make sure there isn't any excess marinade dripping from the chicken, or else you're going to have flare-ups. Now, you have about 4 to 5 minutes per side on the grill to get some nice color and nice char before your chicken reaches the internal temperature we're searching for. Now, if your grill does have some hot and cold zones, you may need to move the chicken around and rotate it so that each piece has a chance to get some good char on it. So feel free to move things around or flip it as many times as necessary. You just want to get good color and good char on each side, and then pull the chicken once it gets to an internal temperature of 180 degrees. Really, you're looking for a range between anywhere from 175 to 190. Chicken thighs do need a little bit extra time to become tender and not chewy, whereas chicken breast you want to pull at about a 165. It's a little different for thighs. So shoot for about 180. Anywhere from 175 to 190 is fine, and you'll have a much better thigh than if you pulled it at 165. Now, if you do have trouble grilling, I will be putting out a grilling tutorial where I talk about grilling technique and how to master the grill. So look for that one when it comes out to help your grilling skills. Now, once it reaches temp, we're going to pull them and let our chicken rest, just like we would cooking any type of protein. You want to let it rest. Now, while it rests, this is a good opportunity to make a couple of the other items that are going to go with this chicken throughout the week. We're going to use that marinade we reserved from earlier, and the first thing we're going to make is a black bean and corn relish. You just need a cup of plain black beans, a cup of plain corn, and then add a tablespoon of the marinade and mix it all together. Give it a taste. If you need to add a little bit extra salt or a little bit extra marinade based on your preferences. Feel free to adjust that at this point. But really, that's it. Now, all of a sudden, we've taken plain black beans and corn and we've elevated it to a sophisticated black bean and corn relish. The other thing we're going to make real quick is a chili lime crema. Now, we can take a cup of plain sour cream. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of the marinade as well as a pinch of salt, and then mix it all together. Give it a taste. If you need to add a little bit more salt or a little bit more marinade based on your tastes and preferences, you do that now. But really, this chili lime crema is delicious. It will be a favorite of yours, and it could not be easier to make once you've had this marinade on hand. So now that we have let the chicken rest for 5 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and chop it up. Just do a rough chop. This is going to be used for meals throughout the week. This is a great meal prep recipe. Chopped up, it can be used in salads. It can be used in rice bowls, burritos, tacos, you name it. It's very versatile. It's very delicious. We're just going to chop it up. And then right now we're going to make a couple of really easy tacos. So I'm going to warm up a couple of corn tortillas. I'm going to slather the bottom of it with that chili lime crema we just made. Top that with some of the grilled chicken. On top of that, we're going to add our garnish of black bean and corn relish. And I have a little bit of chopped cabbage in the fridge, so I'm going to top it with that. And then finally, just a couple of dollops of your favorite salsa, and boom, within a minute, all of a sudden we've got delicious tacos that will be very satisfying, especially with how quick they are to put together. And then throughout the week, you can use the same crema, the same relish, the same chicken to make salads, to make rice bowls, really anything you could get at like a Chipotle, but for way cheaper and way easier. So hopefully this recipe is something that you are interested in making. I think you will really like it. Give it a try. It's one of my favorites, and it really is helpful when you're having meal prep to save money throughout the week, to have things that are every bit as good as what you could get if you were to get takeout. Anyways, don't forget to like and subscribe. Really appreciate it, and thank you for watching.